the skirt and the slap. You never forget the moment your heart stops believing in someone. For me, it happened on a Saturday afternoon, the kind that felt too normal to be dangerous. I had just returned early from a business trip, carrying a bouquet in one hand and my suitcase in the other. I was thinking of surprising her with a quiet night in. Instead, I surprised myself. The house was too quiet. The front door hung slightly ajar. My instincts whispered, "Don't go in." But I did. Laughter drifted from the living room. Then a voice, low, playful, said, "Come on, don't be shy." It wasn't mine. I dropped the suitcase and stepped forward. There she was, Madison, my wife, perched on the edge of our couch, wineglass in hand, blouse unbuttoned just enough to insult every memory we'd made. And next to her, Brandon, my former best friend, the man who left town to find himself. His hand slid beneath her skirt like he owned her. Red flooded my vision. I charged without a word. My fist landed on his jaw with every ounce of betrayal I'd ever swallowed. He crashed backward into the coffee table. But it wasn't the punch that changed my life. It was what she said next. "You damn idiot. Don't touch him. He's my first love." She didn't look at me. She didn't care that I stood there bleeding inside. She knelt beside him instead like I was the stranger. "We've been together for 3 months, she hissed, standing slowly. "Ever since he came back. We're getting married." Then she turned to me with a look of icy disdain. "And you cuckold, I'll leave you with nothing in the divorce." That word, cuckold. It wasn't an insult. It was a declaration of war. She thought I was done. But she had no idea what she had just unleashed. Chapter 2, The Cuckold Files. She thought she shattered me that day. What she didn't know was, I didn't break. I rebooted. That same night, I checked into a rundown motel across town, not because I had nowhere to go but because I needed solitude. A place to transform. The man she married was gone. In his place stood someone cold, methodical, patient. Step 1, the digital autopsy. I logged into our shared cloud account. She never bothered to revoke access. There I found it all, months of flirty texts, hotel invoices billed to my card, and even a voice memo where she called me a pathetic placeholder. Each file stung, but I didn't cry. I archived them, time-stamped everything, and named the folder, The Cuckold Files. Then I turned my attention to Brandon. He hadn't been in my life for a decade, but I remembered something. When we were teens, he had a sealed juvenile record for minor fraud. I made a quiet call to an old contact in state records. 2 days later, I had the PDF, his sealed crimes, now mine to use. Next, I looked into his loan application for his so-called life coaching business. Omitted felony? On a federal form? That's a federal offense. Then Madison, HR manager at a company obsessed with ethics. I anonymously mailed her employer a curated package, photos, texts, and evidence of her leaking confidential HR files to Brandon. 1 week later, she was placed on administrative leave. Brandon's loan got flagged. Their engagement post on Facebook got 0 likes and plenty of quiet unfollows. And me? I hadn't even started. But they were about to learn what it means to burn slowly. The perfect divorce. Most people file for divorce with a sigh. I filed mine with surgical precision. I didn't just want out. I wanted her to feel what it's like to have nothing left. Every detail in the cuckold files, meticulously sorted, was handed to my attorney, a seasoned professional in high-conflict divorces. He flipped through the binder and said, "This is the cleanest slam dunk I've seen in 15 years. I smiled. "I want the dog," I said. "She does," he replied. "I know." Petty? Sure. Symbolic? Absolutely. When the court date came, Madison entered like she was the star of her own drama. Perfect hair. Designer blouse. That same smug smile. Brandon trailed behind her, swimming in a suit that didn't fit. They expected a pushover. What they got was my lawyer, cool and collected, presenting Exhibit A, the fall of Madison Reeves. Screenshots. Voice recordings. HR violations. Proof she funneled money from our joint account to fund a weekend getaway with Brandon, on my birthday. The judge listened silently, until he read aloud the transcript where she called me a spineless cuckold. His brow twitched. Brandon leaned in to whisper something. Madison slapped his arm. The cracks had started. By the end of that hearing, I walked away with the house, the car, the stocks. She got the debt, the disgrace, and the beginning of her public unraveling. But that wasn't the best part. Not yet. Chapter 4, The Ruin. Revenge isn't about shouting from rooftops. It's about letting them build their perfect little tower, then walking away as it crumbles beneath them. 3 weeks after the verdict, I got a text. Yo, Brandon bailed. Moved to Arizona. Left her behind. I didn't respond. But I checked her social media that night. Her relationship status had quietly changed from engaged to just me. No explanation. No announcement. Just silence. Brandon's business? Gone. Website down. Number disconnected. LLC revoked. That loan I sabotaged, flagged for fraud. An investigation had begun. He'd vanished, leaving Madison with nothing but broken promises and unpaid bills. Madison spiraled. She tried appealing the court's decision, claimed emotional manipulation. But the evidence was a fortress. She lost again. Then came the email. I just want to talk. I know you hate me, but we had real memories, Greg. I left it on read. A week later. Brandon's gone. I'm living in a studio apartment now. You win. Happy? I didn't answer. Because it wasn't about winning. It was about making sure she understood exactly what she'd gambled away. And what she'd never ever get back. The scar and the smile. People think revenge ends with a dramatic finale. But the real ending is the quiet that follows. It's been a year now. A year since she tried to ruin me. A year since she stood in our home and announced her betrayal like it was some twisted rom-com twist. Back then I thought I'd never laugh again. Now, I smile without flinching. I took a promotion. Bought a motorcycle. I hike on weekends. I don't wonder where she is. I don't panic when my phone buzzes. Freedom didn't come when she left. It came when I realized I never needed her in the first place. Last month I got one final message. I saw you at the cafe. You looked happy. I'm glad. I wish I'd known what I had. No apology. No ownership. Just regret. I didn't reply. Because she doesn't need a response to remember what I did. She'll remember the courtroom. The headlines. The silence. The moment I walked away and never looked back. And the lesson? If you've been betrayed, don't yell. Don't break things to feel powerful. Build your strength. Gather your facts. Let them dig their own grave. Then hand them the shovel, with a smile. Final line. She thought I'd be the ruin in her story. Instead, I became the ending she'll never rewrite.